good, y'all, man? We got full theory. Grubhub lore existed and it's weirder than you thought. Existed and weirder than you thought, man. So about to check it out, man. About to see what's going on with Grubhub, man, in the commercials. And gonna see how they lure y'all people to get Grubhub. You feel me? I go to DoorDash, man. I go to Uber Eats. You feel me, man? Usually I go to DoorDash a lot more than Uber Eats. You know, so I used to go to Uber Eats first. Then somebody put me on to DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? So I was like going to DoorDash a lot. But y'all Grubhub motherfuckers though. Do y'all go to Grubhub? Let me know in the comments. I used to go to Grubhub, then I stopped doing it. I stopped going there to Grubhub. You feel me? I don't know why. It was some type of shit. I just stopped doing that shit. Like, I don't know why, but I just stopped going. So I saw now my thing is DoorDash or Uber Eats. That's my two apps I deliver food from. DoorDash and Uber Eats. That's the only two things I go to for my food and shit. But yeah, but we about to see what Food Theory talking about, man. I know I see y'all like the other video I did with Subway. You know what I'm saying, with tuna thing, man. And that was a lit video, man. Appreciate y'all love support y'all giving me, give me each and every day. Appreciate y'all love y'all. And yeah, about to check it out. This video right here. About to see what Grubhub talking about. About to see my Food Theory talking about. And yeah, about to see what's going on with Grubhub. But yeah, leave likes on my channel, y'all. And yeah, let's get it.
No. Oh. No. No. No.
I saw that commercial too. That's how damn when I get food and shit, no cap.
Oh, Matthew!
Oh, thank goodness. It was just a nightmare. Steph, I can't even describe it. There was dancing. There was Grubhub, Steph. It had lore.
It's okay, Matthew. Go back to sleep. It's not real. The Grubhub lore can't hurt you. It can't hurt you.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Food Theory? What channel is this again? Let me.
Because he got two channels of Film Theory and Food Theory.
Look at the logo in the corner. All right, welcome to Food Theory. Sorry about that, friends. I'm still a bit confused about where this Grubhub cinematic universe fits into our channels. You heard that one right, theorists. The GCU. It is a thing, and it is a thing that we can no longer ignore. See, over the past year, Grubhub has rolled out a series of commercials that are entirely 3D animated. The internet has lost its collective mind over these things, and not in a good way.
I don't think I think Grubhub just want people to come to Grubhub now, you feel me? I think that's the bottom line though.
The bulk of the internet's wrath has been directed at one particular ad called Delivery Dance. It features a ridiculously dressed dad, ridiculous dancing, ridiculous bites of salad. Actually, that's my favorite part. Can we just go back and pause it? Yeah, there it is. I mean, come on. What is that face? Forget the bite of 87. The real...
I think they just trying to let everybody go to Grubhub, man. Even though people ain't gonna go to Grubhub though, but some people will go to Grubhub. You feel me? They will do it. No cap.
Horror comes from the bite of 2021. Anyway, long story short, this Grubhub ad has been memed to death by the internet, and thank goodness for that because it's been great. But the internet didn't stop there. Oh no, friends. The internet took it a step further and discovered that there is actual lore in these Grubhub commercials. Yep, this is my life. Lore. Now, a lot of Grubhub hubbub has been made.
Hey, that's me right there when I get my food. I'm like, that's me right there when I get my food. Like, if I ain't gonna lie, commercials be lit though, man. I be seeing that shit everywhere on YouTube, everywhere. No cap.
By the other internet sleuths about the Red World stuff. The strange, sometimes vacuous red space that the characters dance in after they get their Grubhub. Me, I'm a lot less concerned about that. Personally, that feels like a fair, non-literal filmmaking choice. Same goes for the magical diamonds, cash, and stars that often appear out of thin air in these commercials. I can even forgive the characters' apparent lack of elbow and knee joints as an artistic choice, but what keeps this theorist up at night are the characters. Because the relationships going on in these 15 and 30-second ad spots are way more complex and way more involved than they have any business of being. See, at the center of it is this woman, who we'll call Milkshake Lady. Milkshake Lady loves ordering food from Grubhub, and she has a photo on her wall with Chicken Sandwich Guy that suggests that they're in a relationship. However, there are a few weird things that jump out. For one, Milkshake Lady and Chicken Sandwich Guy don't appear to live in the same house. Also, there's no ring on either of their fingers. And then there's the fact fact that she seems to be pregnant not only in the photo, but also in real life. This means that the photo has to be fairly recent. Does this mean that Milkshake Lady is pregnant with Chicken Sandwich Baby? Well, that seems likely, except for the fact that we see him as a toddler in another commercial. The only explanation for this is that Milkshake Lady's scenes must be flashbacks to several years prior, before Chicken Sandwich Baby was born. And this could explain why Chicken Sandwich Guy and Milkshake Lady are never seen in the same room together. 3 years after the birth of their child, Milkshake Lady is no longer around, and Chicken Sandwich Guy is doing the single dad thing, but he still misses her terribly. And ordering Grubhub takes him to a happier mental place.
Like that.
The red place where they can be together again. So yeah, that is some pretty intense world building for a couple of TV commercials. But here's an added wrinkle of complexity. There is a second picture on Milkshake Lady's wall, and it's of a dog that isn't her dog. That's right, the dog's owner, as established across multiple commercials, is this guy, who we're gonna call Taco Guy. And yet, Milkshake Lady clearly has a connection to the dog. Do I sense a love triangle in the air? Or maybe is it something less juicy? Like Milkshake Lady was the dog's first owner, and then Taco Guy became the dog's owner years later in the present day. Either way, it sure seems like something happened to Milkshake Lady. She isn't in her baby's life, she isn't in her dog's life, and both men seem to be dealing with trauma. Taco Guy just lies around his house all day, and Chicken Sandwich Guy seems to be using the red place in his mind as a crutch to make his life more bearable. If there's some painful event at the center of all this, some reason why Milkshake Lady has disappeared, Grubhub hasn't revealed what it is. Or have they? See, we here at Food Theory, after hours and hours of poring over this source material, believe that we've unearthed something big. Folks, the Grubhub cinematic universe is bigger than you think. Much bigger. I'll admit it, theorists, I started looking into the Grubhub lore as a joke. I did it for the memes, but you know what? I'm not joking anymore. If Grubhub's bewildering 3D animated ad campaign has left you with questions, well, brace yourself for a whole lot of answers.
I ain't that mean question though. I fuck with it. I fuck with the trailer though.
Even larger,
I mean, I still with Grubhub though, but hey, I fuck with it.
Nickelodeon classic series, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. You'd think that this is just an April Fool's prank, right? But you know, I don't think it is. Now, obviously, a lot of attention's been paid to the delivery dance ad starring Chicken Sandwich Guy, but I'd like to begin with one of the lesser-known ads starring Taco Guy. When I first saw this ad, I said to myself, Taco Guy looks kind of like Jimmy Neutron all grown up. After all, it's not every day that you see a 3D animated dude.
Gotta do look like Jimmy Neutron though.
With dazzling blue eyes
and
cartoonishly tall brown hair. Plus, Taco Guy is about the age that Jimmy Neutron would be in the present day, 2 decades after the show graced Nickelodeon's airwaves. But again, this was just a passing random thought I had. There certainly wasn't enough to actually base an entire theory episode around. But then, moments later in that same commercial, bam, I encountered this. Do you see it? Zoom in, enhance. Friends, check out those shirts. If it seems familiar, well, that's because it's Jimmy Neutron's shirt. Red t-shirt, atom on the chest, 3 electron orbitals. And that struck me as more than a little odd, because while the atom shirt makes sense on a boy genius whose name is literally Neutron, why are these guys wearing the shirt? Grubhub has nothing to do with atoms. Someone made the very intentional choice to introduce these shirts. Shirts that are, at a minimum, an homage to Jimmy Neutron. In a Grubhub ad that features a character that looks a heck of a lot like a 30-something-year-old version of Jimmy Neutron. But why? Why? Well, I'm thinking that Taco Guy deserves himself a second look. So it's important to note that Taco Guy actually appears in different commercials. In this first one we've been discussing, he appears on screen for just 5 seconds, playing video games and eating tacos that appear out of thin air as if by magic. But Taco Guy also stars in his own 15-second commercial. And it's this second spot that gives us a much better sense of who this guy is as a person, his lifestyle, his interests, and perhaps most importantly, his high-tech, borderline magical cell phone that provides him with tacos instantly at the push of a button. And these tacos can't be overlooked like the decorative diamonds and cash that we talked about earlier. Taco Guy interacts with
you already know food ain't gonna be like that in real life. You already know, man. Food ain't not gonna be like that, man. I mean, this is gonna be, I don't know, but I know food ain't like that, though. No cap.
He actually eats them. They are real tacos. Now,
wow. There's more? Cute. Look.
Keep in mind, this food appearing out of thin air technology is not pervasive in the Grubhub cinematic universe. Delivery Guy is actually a recurring character across multiple spots, which proves that many people in this world still get their Grubhub delivery the old school way. So a phone that transports
what they do? Oh, hell nah.
Food directly to your home is just as awesome in this universe as it would be in our universe. And it presumably is using similar technology as some of Jimmy Neutron's inventions in his show, like the matter transporter and the teleportation pod.
Dude, we do like Jimmy Neutron, but I don't know if him though.
I mean,
I don't know if
an
him,
adult
boy.
man who has no fewer than 5 robots on display in his home. Jimmy Neutron, of course, built robots all the time. Even his dog was a robot, for crying out loud. Speaking of which, Taco Guy's dog does seem weirdly intelligent, don't you think? I mean, accidentally ordering tacos for your taco-loving master once is a coincidence, but this dog orders food for his master in multiple commercials. And not only that, but this dog picks out the best deal available each time. That is evidence of reasoning ability, not to mention literacy and an understanding of mathematics. You know who else just so happened to have a dog that was able to do all that? Jimmy Neutron, who built Goddard, a robot dog that was literate and hyper-intelligent. And here's the thing, theorists, there are Jimmy Neutron Easter eggs all over Taco Guy's room. The cactus, which is the exact same size and shape as Jimmy Neutron's cactus costume in Season 2. The red baseball cap, which Jimmy and his friends sported in Season 2 as well. The choice to make the lava lamp glow pink of all colors, which was the go-to color for pretty much any brain power or energy-emitting invention that Jimmy Neutron came up with. And as for the taco obsession, well, if you've ever watched the show, you already know that Jimmy Neutron grew up in a taco-loving household like no other.
What do you want for lunch, Hugh?
Yeah, nothing for me. I want to be as hungry as possible for tomorrow's Mucho Carne Fiesta Taco Shack.
I don't want to belabor the point. I think you get it. These two commercials give us plenty of reasons to suspect that Taco Guy is actually Jimmy Neutron all grown up. All right, so let's stop and pop our heads up for air here, because at this point we spent the better part of insert current time of video here analyzing 35 seconds of Grubhub source material. But in my defense, Grubhub went and actively put Jimmy Neutron shirts on their characters. I mean, what else is a theorist supposed to do with that kind of information? And when the puzzle pieces just keep fitting into place, we really have no choice but to keep going. And keep going we shall, theorists, because we've only scratched the surface. Just like you're about to give that subscribe button a scratch, so that way I can deliver to you a new food-related
go ahead and subscribe, man. Go ahead and subscribe, y'all. No cap.
Just like Grubhub delivery guy, and you can dance around and joy of that new video just like Chicken Sandwich Guy. So do your dance, Chicken Sandwich Guy. Be happy. Now, obviously, we've discussed how Jimmy Neutron is clearly Taco Guy, and how Goddard may or may not be Taco Guy's dog. But what if I told you that the rest of the Jimmy Neutron cast also exists within the Grubhub universe? It would seem unbelievable. It would seem like this is the most elaborate April Fool's prank theory video I've ever done. But let me present to you.
I'm about to say April Fool's.
Canonically, Jimmy was an 11-year-old boy when Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius hit the scene in 1998, and it's safe to assume that his 6th grade classmates were approximately the same age. So now, 23 years later, Jimmy and his friends would all be solidly in their 30s. Now, there are exactly 7 characters in the GCU around that age: Taco Guy, Salad Lady, Milkshake Lady, Chicken Sandwich Guy, Sidewalk Ginger, and these 2 parents. Every other main character in the Grubhub spots has at least one indicator that they're significantly younger, be it Peanut Head's Letterman jacket, an apartment on a college campus, or the fact that, you know, they're wearing toddler overalls. In 1998, these characters would have been infants, or they wouldn't have been born yet, so we're gonna set them aside for now and focus only on the 30-something millennials. Now, compare them to these millennials. You see what I'm getting at here? Theorists.
Okay, I see you full third. You know what I'm saying? Connecting the dots. You feel me, man? I see it. It kind of do make sense. Kind of do make sense, though, but I know it's a theory.
The millennials in the Grubhub cinematic universe perfectly match up to the cast of Jimmy Neutron. And I mean perfectly. Check it out. Obviously, we've established how Taco Guy is Jimmy Neutron, but what about his best friend, Carl Weezer? I mean, when it comes to classic Nickelodeon characters, this guy is just as iconic as Jimmy's Dairy Queen soft serve head. You can't have Jimmy without Carl. Well, take a minute to look at this guy from the Grubhub commercials, someone I call the Sidewalk Ginger, who is featured in a Grubhub ad when a giant bag falls down from the sky. The skin color, a perfect match, as is the red hair and the thick glasses. And while sure, he's a lot thinner than the childhood Carl, remember, that's when the character was 11. And for a good look of what Carl would look like as an adult, all we have to do is examine his father's attributes in the show. And what do you know, but he has himself a mustache and a slightly slimmer physique. Ladies and gentlemen, Sidewalk Ginger is none other than adult Carl. One thing that apparently never changed, though, is Carl's knack for dressing like an old man no matter what age he happens to be. Still rocking that questionable fashion there, bud. Let's move on to Salad Lady, who is clearly the grown-up version of Jimmy Neutron's sometimes rival, sometimes love interest Cindy Vortex. While we haven't seen much of adult Cindy in the GCU yet, her cameo in the delivery dance ad is all we need to identify her. There's the iconic yellow blonde hair, the iconic green eyes, plus Cindy Vortex always had an aggressive, competitive hunger about her as a child. I think it's safe to say that that aggressive hunger hasn't gone anywhere. Seriously, I cannot get enough of that face. Next, we have ourselves Cindy's best friend, Libby Fulfax, who's in the GCU as a 30-something as well. It's well established in the Nickelodeon show that Libby is a vegetarian, and sure enough, adult Libby orders a salad. Furthermore, we get the sense from the Grubhub ad that adult Libby and her brown-haired, brown-eyed, overweight partner don't exactly get along. This would suggest that Libby wound up in a relationship with the brown-haired, brown-eyed, overweight foreign exchange student that she detested ever since he beat her out of her class presidency in 6th grade, Bolby Stroganovsky. Which brings us to the final character from the Jimmy Neutron title card, Sheen Estevez, who
Boy
is none other
Sheen.
than the
My
meme
boy
himself,
Sheen in the
chicken
cut.
sandwich guy, Boogie Dad. Physically, both
I like that
characters are
dance.
Latino with dark hair,
Okay.
brown eyes, and soft to non-existent chins. But their personalities match up as well. Sheen was an eccentric kid to say the least, and that same eccentricity is there in adult Sheen's fashion and dancing. Okay, so this one is admittedly a bit more of a stretch than the others because of the darker skin tone and the curly hair, which we never really get to see on Sheen, but just like his buddy Carl, it's possible Sheen has also taken on his father's body type, a top-heavy body type with a very rounded head. The body shapes, actually, when you look at it from that context, are almost a perfect match.
The school year is ramping up. Stay motivated with Check Study Pack, and don't miss a thing.
Call it a series of complete coincidences if you like, but the fact of the matter is this: every single character from the Jimmy Neutron title card has multiple undeniable similarities to the corresponding GCU character. Pile all of that on top of the fact that Jimmy Neutron's shirt makes multiple cameos in the GCU for no apparent reason, and I feel the case is pretty airtight. Theorists, the Grubhub cinematic universe isn't merely linked to the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius universe, it is the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius universe. All that supernatural activity surrounding Grubhub isn't magic or witchcraft. That's what technology is capable of when wielded by Jimmy Neutron after a couple additional decades of wisdom under his belt. So this gives us a ton of backstory on the Grubhub characters that we didn't have before, and it allows us to answer a bunch of the questions that are still lingering. Beginning with the biggie, how does Milkshake Lady fit into this unofficial revival of Jimmy Neutron? After all, there was no parallel for her in the show. Betty Quinlan, Jimmy's crush, comes close, but she has a mole and different colored eyes, so no good. The answer to this is kind of simple though. Milkshake Lady just wasn't on the original Nickelodeon show. She's a new character that Grubhub introduced, and for good reason, they needed someone to kill off. I believe that they had a gigantic Grubhub bag crush Milkshake Lady to death shortly after she gave birth to Sheen's baby. Yeah, I know this sounds dark and insane, and you hate the idea that your third favorite Nickelodeon show growing up was taken in this direction. Just remember, I am not the reason this theory is happening, okay? Grubhub didn't have to put Jimmy Neutron's shirt in their ass.
I was like, they gonna go out the full theory like, hey motherfucker, why you do that shit to us, man? We grew up as Jimmy Neutron childhood and shit, and now you mess us up, man.
But they did. They did this and not me. I am just the bearer of bad news.
Yeah,
Now
that's
then,
it.
here's what the accumulated facts suggest about Grubhub's actual lore. More than 3 years ago, Milkshake Lady was in a romantic relationship with adult Jimmy Neutron and formed a strong connection with Jimmy's dog. But her relationship with Jimmy didn't work out. The once promising boy genius had grown bored with life and was squandering his talents on video games and high-tech food delivery solutions that allowed him to play more video games without interruption. Grubhub was Jimmy Neutron's contribution to the world, and it was his creation that would ultimately kill the only woman he ever loved. Milkshake Lady got to keep Goddard in the breakup, then began a romantic relationship with Sheen Estevez. In time, Milkshake Lady got pregnant and gave birth to a beautiful and expressive baby boy. Life was good, at least it was, until Milkshake Lady was killed by a Grubhub bag while taking Goddard for a walk. And I'm not talking about the bag that Carl Weezer witnessed, mind you. That bag landed on a city street and we can barely see it land on anyone. This is the bag that killed Milkshake Lady on a grassy patch where she had let Goddard off the leash to frolic about. While there's no actual footage of the incident that took her life, there is footage of the immediate aftermath. You'll notice everyone in town is distracted by the fireworks. No one noticed that the bag fell on top of Milkshake Lady. No one except Goddard the dog. You see him run up to the bag and start to bark, trying to alert the people around him to the plight of his master, but no one pays him any mind until it's too late. Milkshake Milkshake Lady is dead. Sheen took her death particularly hard. To this day, even the mere thought of Grubhub reminds him of her. Not that he cares, as that mental red place is the only way that he can
that
be
fool
with her
kicked
once again.
in.
Sheen still holds his childhood best friend responsible for her death, as evidenced by the fact that Jimmy is conspicuously absent from the dance parties held in Sheen's mind. After all, it was Jimmy's laziness that brought the Grubhub technology to their community in the first place. As for Jimmy, the death of Milkshake Lady shook him into turning his life around, just like she always wanted him to do. As a result, Jimmy started a school to educate the next generation of boy and girl geniuses. That's why there are so many young student-age characters educate the next generation of boy and girl geniuses. That's why there are so many young student-age characters populating the Grubhub ads, and why so many of them are wearing the Red Atom shirt, the logo of Jimmy's school. So friends, there you have it. In recent years, there have been rumors whizzing around the internet about Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius returning to TV. I humbly submit to you that not only are the rumors true, but the Jimmy Neutron revival has already happened in the form of 3D animated Grubhub commercials. And what's most shocking to me is that I actually kind of like where Grubhub's Jimmy Neutron revival's headed. Honestly, I think it's got some legs. Weird, rubbery legs with no joints. But hey, that's just a theory. I mean, a food theory. And bon appetit. Theorists, thanks for watching that entire episode. Go ahead, give yourself a pat on the back.
Ain't just a fool theory. But anyway, man, leave a like, man. So my channel, hit the bell for new, man. This is in question, man. Let me know in the comments, y'all. That was full theory, man. Grubhub, Lord, exists, and it's weird than you thought, man. But yeah, maybe like these videos, man. Let me know in the comments, and yeah, let me know, y'all. And yeah, I'm out, and yeah, alright. Peace.